Khabib gave his reaction to Dustin knocking out Conor McGregor in the second round in the ultimate revenge fashion by stating, and I quote, "This is what happened when you change your team, leave the sparring partners who made you a champion, and sparring with little kids, far away from reality." End of the quote. It's fair to say Conor McGregor made a lot of checks in the UFC, but this definitely was a reality check, a wake-up call for Conor McGregor for having Khabib on his tunnel vision till this day instead of the man that he's actually facing. See, Conor McGregor had his sights on his own redemption against Khabib, that he overlooked the fact that Dustin could possibly redeem his own self. He saw Dustin as a stepping stone to getting that Khabib rematch. He thought that was the safe route. However, he couldn't have been any more wrong. Unlike Cowboy, who whenever he stepped up in competition, he always lost. Dustin, on the other hand, he improved with time. He's a better fighter today than he was yesterday, which I'm pretty sure Conor McGregor found that out inside of that octagon. The truth is, Khabib changed Conor McGregor as a fighter, his approach to the game, etc., etc. Conor McGregor today is almost a different person than he was before the Khabib fight. I mean, there isn't a fighter that talked more trash during a lead-up than Conor McGregor does. However, after that Khabib humble experience, Conor went from talking the most ish to not talking trash at all. Conor McGregor's last two fights, in fact, he did not even trash talk a bit, which that was extremely shocking to see. I think Conor McGregor broke the record of getting humbled. Like Tyson says, we all born to be humbled. However, I never seen a fighter gets humble to that extent. And it's not just about trash talking. Like Khabib pointed out, Conor McGregor switched his whole team, which that's so shocking to hear, knowing the fact that Conor McGregor was the one that was criticizing other fighters on the come up of switching their teams whenever they lose. I'll tell you one thing, that Khabib humble pie is something else. For the people that don't know, when it comes to the Mayweather of the UFC, Khabib, he stated that his toughest opponent of his career was Dustin, even though Khabib arguably never lost a round in the UFC, especially not against Dustin. The fact that he mentioned Dustin as his toughest opponent till this date says a lot about Dustin as a fighter, knowing that's coming from a GOAT in the UFC. Khabib also predicted that if the fight goes 2 rounds, then Conor McGregor is going to win. However, if it goes past 2, then he's picking Dustin. So I'm pretty sure Khabib is very impressed and proud of Dustin's redemption. Nevertheless, it's unclear of what the future holds for Conor McGregor, because one thing for sure and two things for certain, he cannot afford to retire after suffering a devastating loss in that fashion. Conor McGregor will be viewed as Ronda Rousey 2.0. Even though, hate it or love it, Conor McGregor is a spectacular fighter, a way better fighter than a Ronda Rousey. That's why he cannot afford to retire at this moment in time. On the other hand, the sky is the limits for Dustin. This was a star-making performance. It will be lovely to see Dustin versus Michael, who fought on the undercard, especially for a world title. We could expect that to be next in the UFC. I'm pretty sure Dana White will make it happen. Or even a Conor McGregor rematch. However, Conor McGregor didn't sound too optimistic about a rematch. Well, at least not after the fight. Last but not least, you have to really be careful who you poke, because Conor McGregor was poking the wrong person when it came to Khabib. See, Khabib is a fighter that's built different. Money is not the motive. He did not care about making banks against Conor McGregor in a rematch. morals will always be the first and the last on Khabib's list. So when Conor McGregor was going around claiming Khabib was scared, that was a joke that wasn't even funny when it came to Khabib. We talking about a man that wrestled bears as a kid growing up. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't even go near a bear as a grown man, let alone wrestle a bear. Like I said before, the only one that Khabib is afraid of is the Most High. Nevertheless, drop your thoughts in the comment section below, subscribe below, and to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, TV. Peace, and we out you.